Hello everyone and welcome to the Starseed Dragon channel. This is a tarot review of the Tarot Draconis. This was recommended by one of our subscribers. So it took me a while to find it, but it is, I think it's a Los Cabaro. It's by Davide Corsi. That name sounds familiar, but I'm not quite sure from where. Yeah, it's a Los Cabaro deck. So let's open her up, shall we? Just got this, and I got a couple more too, but it is what it is. So we're going to get these reviews out. Probably going to save some of the reviews for later on because it is the Sagittarius new moon, and I have my own little rituals that I do on new moons and full moons. So we'll see how far we can get before it's time for me to start my ritual. Let's see, these cards are just under 5 inches or about 12 centimeters by just under 3 inches or maybe just under 7 centimeters approximately, because you know I'm not great at measuring things. So let's see. We have a tiny little book. Of course. These are so tightly packed. Okay. Wish me well on this. Let's see. I don't want to cut the cards. All right. Tarot Draconis. So we will take a close look. Obviously, this is the Lo Scarborough. So it's multiple languages, as you can see. So this is just a little tiny book, gives you the general keyword interpretations, right, of each of the cards. So, and they're in different languages, of course. So there we go with that. Let me get a close-up so we could take a look at these cards. Get a little closer. Okay. All right. So here we go. Here we go with this. So we're going to start with the Fool, the Magician. As you can see, there's only numbers on these. There's no like words or anything. Oh, look at the back of those. They are a little bit on the thin side, but manageable, right? Again, I was raised with tarot cards, and I was raised to believe that you don't shuffle tarot decks or even oracle decks like you would a 50-cent deck of playing cards. You shuffle them with reverence and kindness, and you don't do that whole bridge thing, because you've seen how some people, some readers, their cards bow and stuff. It's because they shuffle them like they're a 50-cent deck of playing cards instead of shuffling their tools with reverence, right? So here we go. I'm getting off my soapbox. There we go. High Priestess, number 2. Number 3 is, what is that, Empress? Number 4 is the Emperor. Beautiful. Number 5 would be the Hierophant. And there goes my coffee. Number 6 is the Lovers. That is beautiful. Number 7, this is the Chariot. Number 8 is Strength. Number 9 is the Hermit. Number 10, Wheel of Fortune. Oh, hold on. They could have these, let me read the tiny print here. They could have these mixed up. It could be that number 8 is the Justice card and number 11 is the Strength card, because some decks do that. Yep. So let me turn back. Okay, so number 8 So number 8 is the Justice card. Okay. And so number 11 is the Strength card. Now, in traditional tarot, number 8 is the Strength card and number 11 is the Justice card. But they've switched that up on us. And because there is no writing on here, or no descriptor on here, I would say that this is for someone who is more advanced than for a beginner, especially if the beginner has not grown accustomed to the symbology of each of the cards. So here we go. And number 12 is the Hanged Man. 13 is Death. 14 is Temperance. 15 is the Devil. 16 is the Tower. 'Beautiful. Number 17 is, in the book it says the Stars, but it's the Star, right? This one has 2 stars. Number 18 is the Moon. 19 is the Sun. Beautiful. And number 20 is the World. Oh, no, this is Judgment. 20 is Judgment. 21. This is the World. Okay, so that's beautiful. Look how it starts off in Major Arcana with the Fool, and at the end, the World, he's hatched. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And in between are all of his dreams, right? That's lovely. Okay, so what are we going to start with here? Let me find out. So this looks like cups. Let me see. Yeah, okay, they call it chalices. The dragons of the dawn. Okay, so this is the Ace of Cups. The Two of Cups, soulmates, right? Three of Cups. Four of Cups. I guess I should say chalices, right? Five of Chalices. Six of Chalices. Ooh, Seven of Chalices. Look at all the choices. Isn't that beautiful? All of those cups right there in the dragon's eye. Isn't that gorgeous? I love how there's, so far, so good, there's dragons in every single one of these cards. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, if you're going to have a dragon deck, you should have a dragon in every card, right? The Eight of Chalices. Nine of Chalices. 10 of Chalices. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at all of the rainbow of all of the different dragon colors. Isn't that gorgeous how they did that? The Page of Chalices, I would believe. This is the page. This is the Knight of Chalices. Queen of Chalices. Oh, they call it Knave, Knight, Queen, King. King of Chalices. Okay. So there's no dragons on these, on the people cards, on the court cards. Interesting. So here we are with the Suit of Pentacles. And they do call it Pentacles, the Dragons of Wealth. Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. We have the Page, or the Knave is what they call it. I'm going to continue calling it the Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. And here we go with Wands, the Dragons of the Battle. All right. Ace. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. 4 of Wands, Five of Wands, interesting, 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Oh, look, he's all chained. Yeah, that's appropriate, you know, because this card is about burdens, right? Releasing himself from these chains of burden will free him to fly off, right? Beautiful. That's beautifully done. Here we are with the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, ooh, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Wands. And then, of course, our final suit is Swords, the Dragons of Twilight. Interesting how this is like, are you all black and white? We'll find out. Ace of Swords, right? 2 of Swords. Interesting how it's very dark, mostly black and white. There's a tinge of color. There's red in here. 3 of Swords. That is appropriate. 4 of Swords. 5 of Swords. I just have to stop here and say this, I really am digging how they drained the color out of the suit of swords. There's still splashes of pigment in certain areas that need to be highlighted, but for the most part, the color is drained from it. And the reason why I think that that is a brilliant move is because swords is air element, and it has everything to do with the mind, and it has nothing to do with emotion. And emotion is very colorful and touchy-feely and vibrant, right? Whereas the mind is very level and compartmentalized and task-oriented and logic-oriented, right? And that gives this drainage of color in all of these pictures for the suit of swords gives me that impression that, you know, this is air. This is all about the mind, and it has nothing to do with emotion, right? We'll give you a splash of color to highlight some areas, but that's it, right? Look, 6 of Swords. Look at this brilliant color now, because the 6 of Swords represents moving from chaotic waters into calmer waters, right? Moving from that mentally challenging, stressful, chaotic situation or event into something calmer and more soothing, right? More emotionally pleasant, right? 7 of Swords. I think that this is lovely. This is about self-preservation, about calling the dragon from within, right? We all have them. Mine's on my back. She's coming out of my arm. Okay, so the 8 of Swords. Interesting. Yep, this is beautiful because this is about self-imposed restriction, right? It's about her inner dragon is keeping her trapped in her own mind. And if she were just to open her eyes, she would see that she is in no danger, right? This is just her in her head. 9 of Swords, same thing here, right? This anxiety with all of these swords. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. 10 of Swords. Yep. The ending of, I like how there are no dead dragons, right? That would really hurt my feelings. But I like how this is represented as this is over, dead, done, over. Whatever this mental challenge is, whatever this mentally draining and stressful and challenging situation is over, right? And this is beautifully done, right? Because how many times have you heard a reader pull up a 10 of Swords and say, dead, done, over, right? I know, millions for me, right? So Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. This is beautiful. I see how it's like golden because he's like the knight in shining armor, charging in, moving quickly to save the day, swinging his sword first and stabby, charging right into the wartime. And, you know, he'll ask questions later, right? Beautifully done. Queen of Swords. Look at this beautiful Queen of Swords. Look at the look on her face. She's like, yeah, we don't play the BS game. I will cut you, right? Look at her. She's ready. She's ready. Beautifully done. Beautifully depicted. King of Swords. Beautiful. Look how he's just like, yeah, okay, so the King of Swords is the one who gives wise counsel, right? He's very logical, but he also knows the difference between wise counsel and shenanigans, right? And he is not up for shenanigans. He's all about strategy. Look at the look on his face. He's thinking strategically and logically. What is the most logical, strategic move to go by, right? Beautifully done. And then this is a card that I didn't take out. Beautiful. Let me come back out here. Okay, very well done. Very well done, I must say. Beautiful deck of cards. They don't have any gilding. They are glossy, but they're thin, right? They're very flexible. And I think that these would be fantastic cards for someone who is more advanced. And not saying that, you know, if you're a beginner and you're in love with this deck, knock yourself out, my friend. But you'll make sure that you don't lose that booklet that comes with it. If you're a beginner, make sure you don't lose the booklet, because you'll need, especially when you pull up a major arcana, you will need to refer to it to you know, get used to what those major arcana cards are, right? Because in just about every other deck, not every single deck, but many, especially in the traditional Rider-Waite decks, all of the major arcana have their names, you know, their card names on the cards. So it's a lot easier to learn from a Rider-Waite style deck than it is to learn from something like this that obviously is for more advanced readers, because of the fact that there's no words on any of the cards. So, and as you saw, the strength and the judgment card are reversed. So judgment is number 8 and strength is number 11 on this deck. So they're reversed from the traditional lineup, right? Which is very good to note. But if you don't know any better, and if you're not more advanced and in tune with the structure of a deck of tarot cards, the traditional structure, I just feel like it's far better to learn a traditional structure like Rider-Waite or a Rider-Waite style deck before you get into more advanced decks like this, because it gives you context and it allows you to practice and tune into your intuition and be able to decipher certain things. Because on traditional decks, there is certain symbology, right? There are certain keywords and certain aspects and symbols throughout the deck, a traditional deck, that has been adjusted according to modern day, you know, and it's, the Rider-Waite has actually evolved over the years as we've evolved, right? Which is why there are so many selections of tarot out there. But something like this that doesn't have any words on any of the cards or any kind of descriptors, I would say would be more pleasant to use for someone who is more in tune with the structure of a traditional deck than someone who is starting off fresh. If a friend of mine came up to me and said, "Hey, Starseed Dragon, I want to learn how to do tarot," I would hand them a traditional style Rider-Waite deck. I would not hand them this. Just because I don't want them to get, it's frustrating enough learning tarot with a traditional deck, but at least the traditional decks are universal. So no matter who you learn from, if you're referring to a traditional style deck, you can get mentors from many different walks of life that can inspire you in many different kinds of ways. If you learn from a deck like this, you're going to have trouble going to a Rider-Waite, right? I'm just saying, when it comes to learning tarot, the traditional style is the best route to go because it's universal and it's easier to gain mentors from many walks of life to pull information and knowledge from, right? Than it is on something like this. And even more advanced readers probably would prefer to have some sort of verbiage, right, on their decks. So it all just depends. But if you love dragons, then this is quite a good deck. I would say it's a keeper for me. That's for sure. I'll be blessing it and saging it and getting it ready for, maybe you'll see it on some quick and dirty reads. Maybe you'll see it on the monthly reads. I don't know. I haven't started the monthly reads for December yet because I don't know if anybody's watched the, previous monthly reads. So I don't know if I'll even continue doing those. But for now, yeah, these might be on the quick and dirties. Why not? Other than that, If there are any other decks that you would like for me to review that I haven't already reviewed, if I have already reviewed it and you ask me to review it, I'll just refer you to the review video. Simply because of the fact that I already spend thousands and thousands of dollars every month on decks to review. So, I'd hate to review something that I've already reviewed. So if there's anything that I have not reviewed that you would like to see me review, let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, have a very happy holiday season if you celebrate holidays, and I will see you on the next video.